Hi guys, and welcome to Z's Kitchen. I'm glad that you are here with me today. I'm glad that you came to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. This channel is dedicated to Spanish recipes, but mostly is my version, the way that it was taught to me from my grandparents, my mom, uncles, grandparents. Of course, there's a lot of different ways that different cultures cook. So I'm just showing you my way, my Puerto Rican way of cooking. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn new recipes that you want to try at home and that you enjoy and like. I have a lot of fun when I'm cooking, and I hope that you have a lot of fun when you're watching this video. Now, this video today, I kind of like struggled a little bit whether I wanted to make it or not, because people have been asking me about, I did a video about Spanish rice, Spam rice, and people have been asking me about white rice. And I was like, white rice, but when I thought about it, there is a lot of people that are always telling me that they're not sure how to make white rice, they don't want to make white rice because it doesn't come out right. It's either sticky or mushy or all these different kind of things. So I said, you know what? It's an easy video to make because white rice is pretty simple as long as you follow the basics. And so I decided that not only I was going to teach you guys how to make the white rice, my version, I was also going to show you how to, how can I say, spice up your white rice so that it doesn't, you don't get bored with it, or, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do with white rice, believe it or not. So you're going to need, of course, let me move this camera so you can see. You're going to need white rice, of course. You could use brown rice, whatever rice you want, but, you know, this is canilla, Spanish rice. You're going to need a little bit of vinegar. You're going to need salt. And, of course, you're going to need oil. Now, it depends what kind of pot you want to use. I like using the old-fashioned pot. It's already broken in. And it's very easy. I mean, some people do it in a regular cooking pot, which I guess you can. It just does not come out the same. Because if you notice regular pots that you heat up milk in or liquids in, they are actually very, very thin. This is actually, if you notice, it's very thick. So it changes, of course, the heat in which the food is cooking, which is very important, okay? So we're going to turn the fire on high right now. Okay, so I'm going to put everything to the stove so that you guys can see what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to put 5 cups of water because I'm going to put, well, it would have been 5.5, but I'm going to show you why I'm going to do 5. Now, I'm using a measuring cup. I know some people use the little small cups, but okay, so that's 2. Three. 4. And 5. Now that's like a little less than half of the pot. And that's because I'm going to use 3 to 4 cups of rice in this pot, okay? So of course you're gonna have it in high. You want the water to boil. Now I don't usually like to measure, but I just put a little bit of salt right in the middle of your palm. And people always ask me, what is it about your white rice? Like when they taste my white rice, they always ask me what it is that I put in it. And the secret is vinegar, people. This is what I've actually put in there, okay? And this is something that I learned from my grandma. Okay, you can put 1.5 or one. Just put one if it's your first time, so that you can see the taste, how you, if you like it, if you can add less, add more. Okay, let me get this big spoon so that I can put the oil. Now, as far as the oil, I want to say something. Okay, I'm going to put 2 of these spoons in here, okay? This is a little bit bigger than a tablespoon. And then, of course, I'm going to move it a little bit. And then you taste it for salt-wise, okay? I'm going to put a little bit more salt. Now, you can just put... Well, that was too much. You can put just 1 spoon of the oil. That would be fine. We want this to boil. Now, while that's boiling, there's a lot of different ways that you can do white rice. You can, you see how we did the oil? Instead of oil, you can actually put butter in it, which is really good. It would be, instead of 1 spoon of oil, you would put, I usually put 1.5. Now, I'm not talking about, like, you know, don't go crazy, like, but, you know, just one, if you're going to put 1 big one, then that's good enough. If you're just going to put it to, you know, just to the edge, then that would be 1.5, okay? And believe it or not, that makes a very big difference in the rice. Now, you got to make sure that it's really boiling before you put your rice in. There's a lot of different ways to make rice, white rice. You can put different things in it, like you can put celery flakes, you can put basil in it, you can put corn, which I'm going to do today. Now, before I do that, of course, I need it to be boiling. The white rice, other than the corn, this is exactly how you would make it. You would make it with I put 5 cups of water for 3 to 4 cups of rice. Now we're gonna check it, of course. Once it's you know, we put the rice inside. Let the water boil. I mean, a lot of people. I don't want to say that there's a wrong way, but there's a lot of people that do their rice. They put everything in at the same time and then just let it boil. Now, what happens with that? If you like your rice like that, that's not a problem. I mean, that's how you like it. But most of the time, your rice will come out mushy or overwatered, because what it is, it's actually standing in the water longer than it should. Because now the rice has to stand there until the water boils in order for it to cook. So it's just standing there and it's already getting soft before the water even starts boiling. So that's the reason why a lot of people's rice comes out soggy. And of course, they don't put salt, or they don't put oil or any kind of thing inside the water, which kind of lubricates the rice. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but you know, what happens is the rice kind of is not able to stick all together because you put a little bit of oil or a little bit of and like I said, I put a little extra oil because I'm gonna put in the corn, okay? And I'll probably put in 4 cups of rice instead of 3. Now the water is already boiling, okay? Now remember I told you I was going to put 5.5 cups of water, but because I'm going to put the corn and it has already juice in it, I'm not going to drain the juice, guys. Okay? I mean, if you're going to make plain white rice, this is the time that you would put your rice in, okay? So, but if you want to do the white rice with the corn, like I'm telling you, then you would just put the corn in right now, okay? Now, of course, it's going to stop boiling now. It's going to stop boiling. Why? Because, of course, I put the corn in. So now we got to wait another maybe 1-2 minutes for it to boil again. And I'm sorry, but I need a little bit more salt. So, guys, when it comes to the salt, please taste to to your liking, okay? Because different people like it a different way. Now, the vinegar is going to give it like a little, that extra umph, what I call. And the sweetness of the corn is going to combine together, and it gives the rice an amazing flavor that you wouldn't think that white rice and corn together would actually get. So I'm pretty sure in 2 seconds it'll start boiling again. Now, like I said, instead of it doesn't have to be corn. You can do it with vegetables. You know, you can put a can of vegetables, fresh vegetables. I've done it with corn and onions. Peas. With the peas is really delicious. Even, I mean, I'll do another video for this, but just giving you ideas. Pineapples, you know what I'm saying, the bits. It's just ways to spice up your white rice, like from the everyday. So that way, if you get tired of eating regular white rice, you can spice it up, you know, one day, and then, you know, surprise everybody, and you can surprise yourself how much you like it. Now, you can see, the corn is coming all the way to the top. It's time now to put the rice in. And like I said, I know there's a lot of people that just throw it all in there. I just don't. I don't. So, and white rice is something that cooks very fast. It doesn't take long. Okay, the way that was 3. Let me put one more. Now, this rice, the canilla, in case you're wondering, usually if I use regular rice, I wash it a couple times. But this is canilla, which is pre-washed. Oh, it already tastes delicious. You can taste already the sweetness of the corn. Now, once it starts boiling, because you see now, it's not boiling like it was before. Once it starts boiling again, then we're going to bring it down to medium, and then that way, once the rice starts drying up, then we will cover it and let it cook for 5-10 minutes, and usually that it'll be done by then. And I'm telling you guys, this is something that you would really enjoy. Your kids will really like if you're trying to get them to eat like vegetables and stuff that, you know, good, what I call good food. Most kids really enjoy it because kids like corn. And like I said, I usually either make the white rice with either fish, beef stew, anything, pork chops. You can make beans, you know, the white rice with the beans on the side. All different kinds of, you know, stuff with the rice. And it tastes good with all of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and I hope that you guys do try this. So it's already boiling. Okay, so I mean, like I said, it doesn't take very long to start boiling. And now make sure that you move it around maybe a couple times. Don't, like, not too much. You see, I moved it. Okay, I moved it when I first put it in. I moved it when I put the corn in, and now when it started boiling. So now I'm not going to move it anymore. I'm going to put it in medium until the water on the top evaporates, and all I see is the rice at the bottom, and then I can move it and cover it with the top, okay? So I'm going to let it simmer for like another 3-4 minutes until the water evaporates, and then we'll come back and move it, and it'll be ready to cover, okay? So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's boiling. You see the corn all the way on top. So now it's time. You see how there's hardly any water on top here. So now it's time for us to move the rice. Move this. Okay, now take your time. Make sure that you go all the way from the bottom. There shouldn't be anything stuck at the bottom. Okay, because you put the oil and right now it's on medium. Which once we do this, we're going to put it on low. So you see that there is no, the rice is still wet because it still needs to be cooked. But it's not, you don't have a whole bunch of water. Okay, so you're going to, I like to, the reason that we do this, the shape on the sides, it helps the steam and the water cook the rice faster and better, okay? So, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, there you go. You see how it's shaped. You see how it's beginning to dry. You only see the sides that are wet, but you don't have the water, a whole bunch of water. So now we're going to lower the fire to low. And basically the steam now is going to cook the rice because it only has a little bit of water to evaporate. You make sure that it's a top that it's heavy, that it's actually going to keep the steam in there, because that's, I mean, the faster the steam stays in there, I mean if the steam stays in there, the faster the rice will cook. Okay, which is what we want. Okay, so you don't have to move it again. You shouldn't have to. You're just gonna leave it there for another I want to say 5 to 8 minutes, not even 10 minutes. Between 5 and 10, okay, to be safe. But I'm gonna check it again in 5 minutes, and it should be done. Now, usually what I do after the rice is done, I let it sit there for a couple minutes because so the steam will finish cooking the rice. Even though you turn the fire off, it will still keep cooking from the steam, which is cool. So and plus the flavor and everything just kind of settles. I usually don't serve it right away as soon as it's done. I wait for the steam and the heat to go down and for the rice to sit at least 5-10 minutes before I serve it. And that's true with either white rice, red rice, with anything actually, meat, anything. You want to let it sit, the flavors to settle when you're cooking. Okay, so we'll be back again in 5 minutes and check on the rice. Okay guys, you see all this steam coming out? Well, it's time to check it. You see how the pot, the steam, you just roll it around there. Let's see if it's done. You're going to move it. Just spill a little bit there. Oh, it smells so good. You can smell the corn. It smells sweet. That is very good. You see how nice and fluffy? It's not sticky. Can you see that? Look how beautiful that is. You see? Now you see the steam. I'm going to shut it off because it's already cooked. Now, let me show you something, guys. Do you see the rice is nice and firm? Now, when you leave it in the steam, when you cover back up, you'll be able to, it'll open up and get a lot more fluffy if that's what you want. If you don't want that, when you close it up, you'll leave the cover with a little crack on it so that the steam doesn't keep cooking the rice. Okay, I mean, it looks good right there, but I still keep it on because it's only going to be for like another 5, maybe 3 minutes, and then the steam stops. It'll cool down, so it's not like it's going to overcook it or anything like that. Okay, but I do want to put it on a plate so that you guys can see what it looks like. Okay? And like I said, I want you to see that it is fluffy. Okay? It's not stuck. Look, not even at the bottom. But that's because we did not rush it. And we did not put over water. We did not overwater it, underwater it. So as you can see, it looks very good. It looks delicious. It's nice and fluffy. I mean, you can take this with a fork. I'll show you guys. The proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the pudding. You see, like I like my rice to be nice and fluffy when you grab it. Okay, that if you want to grab it with your fingers, you can. Okay, that's how I like my rice to be. So, as you can see, guys, it looks very good. It looks delicious. Okay, and it actually tastes delicious. And like I said, this is something that you can actually put on the side with anything. I mean, like I said, you can make red beans with it. You can make beef stew, anything that you want. And like I said, it's very fast. I mean, usually it takes maybe 15 to 20 minutes to cook. Maybe that, if that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say 15 minutes. And I mean, it's something that it tastes good. It fills you up. Your family will like it, and it's something that is different. So I hope that you enjoyed this tip on how to spice up your white rice. Okay, I mean, I love it. I love putting the corn in the white rice because it makes the rice sweet, and it changes things up. You know what I'm saying? You want to change your menu. You don't want to keep serving the same thing all the time, right? You don't want to serve your white rice all the time the same way. You want to keep them guessing, especially when it comes to the kitchen. And you see how delicious it looks. It really does look delicious, guys. And it tastes delicious, okay? So I hope that you guys try this at home. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if it was, if you understood everything I said, if it was easy for you guys. And if you have any comments or any recommendations, let me know. I want to know, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that it'll help you spice up some stuff in your kitchen and give you some new ideas to try. So I enjoyed this time together with you guys, and I will be posting new videos of different ways to do different rice and different things. So I hope that you try this recipe. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you and happy cooking. Bye.